Hey, grab a coffee and pull up a chair. Listen, if you've been scrolling through freelance and copywriting groups lately, you have probably seen the hype. So today, in this explainer, we're just going to cut right through all the noise. Is Copywriting Launchpad a scam? Or is it actually the real deal? Let's talk copywriter to copywriter. Look, I know exactly what you're thinking, because I've thought the exact same thing. You see another Skool community pop up online promising to help you level up your freelance game, and the skeptic in you immediately goes, all right, is this just another glorified funnel meant to squeeze thousands of dollars out of me? It's a completely valid question in our industry. I mean, we're surrounded by empty promises and fake gurus, right? And that's exactly why this explainer is built on actual on-the-ground experience. We're looking at the BS-free truth directly from the source material, from the perspective of someone who actually paid for the premium tier and spent 2 full months inside. This isn't just outside guesswork or, judging a flashy sales page. This is based on using the courses, watching the coaching, and verifying real member wins. So let's tackle that big question right out of the gate. Are we looking at another scam, or is this the real deal? Basically, Copywriting Launchpad is a Skool community, but it's not just a bag of cheap writing tricks. It actually focuses heavily on 2 very distinct pillars: the pure skill of copywriting and the business thinking you need to survive. Because as we both know, writing a clever hook absolutely doesn't matter if you don't understand creative strategy, compliance, or how to package a real business offer. It treats copywriting like a real business, not just a cute hobby. So here is the reality check. The free tier is, partly a lead magnet to test the culture, while the actual deep training is locked behind the paid tiers. But here is the absolutely crucial point. It's not a scam, because it absolutely does not hide the hard parts of our job. It's not selling you some magical shortcut where high-paying clients just fall into your lap. You still got to put in the hard practice, send those cold pitches, and totally get rejected. Okay, let's dive into this and pull back the curtain on what's actually inside the premium tier. $50. That is the monthly price tag for premium. Now, in an industry where quote-unquote coaches are constantly trying to sell us $5,000 high-ticket masterminds, this $50 price point really stands out. But what exactly does that buy you, and is it actually worth your hard-earned cash? Well, for that $50, you aren't being nickel and dimed with constant upsells. You get one clear subscription that unlocks all the paid courses. Plus, and honestly, this is massive, unlimited call-free coaching. You get fast replies to your questions, usually within minutes or hours, and a day at the absolute max. They also drop new monthly training, and there's a weekly competition where simply engaging and asking good questions can literally win you a free VIP upgrade. Which brings us to what might be the biggest game changer here: the asynchronous coaching advantage. If you have ever bought a freelance course, you know the absolute pain of live group coaching. You gotta log on at a fixed time, fight through terrible time zones, and just sit waiting in a Zoom queue of 10 other copywriters just to get maybe 5 rushed minutes of feedback. Call-free or asynchronous coaching completely fixes this. You just post your draft, your offer, or your problem whenever you hit a wall, and you get a written, direct answer that you can actually save, reread, and reuse later. It just removes all the friction. And who was actually answering those questions? Well, the coaching is currently done by Nabeel Azeez, the co-owner, who has reportedly generated over $10 million for his clients. But hey, as a fellow writer, I gotta give you some tough love. His coaching style is very blunt and very direct. If you want someone to gently hold your hand and tell you everything is great, you will hate this. The culture demands serious craft standards. He'll tell you straight up if your angle is weak or your thinking is flawed, which, let's be honest, is exactly what we need to actually improve. All right, so what's the catch? Because there's always a catch, right? Well, the catch here is doing the actual work. There are absolutely 0 client or income guarantees, and honestly, I kind of love that. A scam promises you easy money and passive income. A legitimate training room provides the heavy bags, the coaching, and the ring, but you still have to step in and throw the punches. They give you the tools, for sure, but they aren't going to build your freelance business for you. So what's actually required from you? 1, you have to write and actually practice your craft. 2, take that blunt feedback and use it to improve, rather than taking it personally. 3, do cold outreach, because let's face it, if nobody knows you exist, literally nobody can hire you. And 4, face rejection and just keep going. Copywriting Launchpad doesn't somehow magically remove rejection from freelancing. It just gives you the resilience and the strategy to survive it. But when you actually do the work, it pays off. Take this verifiable win pulled straight from the community's public board. A member named Jeevan wrote a static ad for a teeth whitening brand. It became the #1 ad in their account for 13 days straight, hitting a 2.52x return on ad spend. He specifically credited the community for teaching him market awareness levels. That isn't just vague guru hype. That's real advertising metrics applied to actual real-world ad campaigns.
All right, let's wrap this up. The final verdict: should you actually join? So the crucial point is figuring out exactly how you enter this ecosystem. If you just want to poke around without any financial risk, the free tier is totally fine for testing the culture, but definitely expect very limited direct help. Now, VIP gives you WhatsApp access and one-on-one calls, but it's much pricier and really best if you already have serious momentum and clients. So for most of us, that $50 premium tier is the absolute sweet spot. It's simply the best value to get those paid courses and the unlimited asynchronous coaching. But listen, to protect your wallet, let me tell you exactly who should stay far, far away from this group. If you want guaranteed clients, do not join. If you refuse to practice, if you take blunt feedback personally, or if you absolutely refuse to do cold outreach, keep your $50. Seriously, if you expect passive income or instant success without putting in the reps, this is 100% not the place for you. Which brings us to the ultimate question. The source material makes it incredibly clear. Copywriting Launchpad is definitely not a scam. It's a highly practical, fairly priced training room for serious copywriters looking to master both the craft and the business side of things. The community is real, the feedback is razor sharp, and the member wins are totally verified. But the final variable in this whole equation is literally you. Are you actually ready to do the hard work? Let that sink in before you make your next move. Thanks for hanging out with me on this explainer. Keep writing, and I'll catch you on the next one.